Bro, that ass though, you don't know nothing about that, bro. Chill out. Bro, that shit was mid, bro.
They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see, the Groupers taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Groupers offense will start this game off. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
Well, that's a great point, and there is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football. And for this offense, because of that guy, and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low. And so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On the option. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all
and the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Groupers will send out the punt unit.
Man, that is a picture-perfect start for this defense. Number one objective, get off the field even better. Third down, force them into a passing situation. You win, you hit the quarterback. Nice start by this team.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So Florida's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line. A group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front. The hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gators will try to punch it in on first and goal. Sends it back in motion, looking to throw its flag way. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! Fit it in the window for the score.
Listen, if I have a playmaker, a running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him.
Easy
He
leg
drops
work,
back,
baby.
surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now in the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense back onto the field.
Go, Trotter. Come on.
He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. On the option. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Groupers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Groupers send out the punt unit. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Let's go, Foster.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work.
Bro, I didn't even recognize that callback at first.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the
That
defense
dude that
gets
always
him
be
down.
passing out. It was him and his daughter.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Bagway. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. Wide open, he makes the catch. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards on touchdown, Florida! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Groupers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here comes the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Groupers will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Lagway. With the catch, it's Fleming. There he goes! Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
And that one is picked off in the end zone.
Well, everything was going so well for this team early here in this game, and now all of a sudden they get a critical mistake. And you know how college football, David, is about momentum. What is their defense going to be able to do here now when they take the field?
You're right, man. The momentum swings so fast, and now this defense's job is to go out and stop it, right? Like, we made a mistake. You huddle the guys up, sudden change. Be aware they might take a shot down the field, but let's grab the momentum right now.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And the Groupers will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
To throw, it's Lagway. Quarterback adapting. With the catch, it's Ball. And the defense drags him down. He sends 3 receivers right, maybe looking for man coverage on the left on 2nd and 5. From the gun, to give, looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Gator! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that...
Oh, he's got some space. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two, and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The Groupers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. bounced right back to them. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
What a disappointment. No good. That can be really demoralizing, guys. There's something about getting the deficit under 20. They couldn't. It's still at 22. The run from the shotgun. Got enough for the first. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. He's now up to 71 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Scanning the field, it's Lagway. Quickly complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Snagged out of the air. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Quick toss. Touchdown, Florida! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Great job by the running back scoring on that pitch play off the option. It wasn't easy. He had to make somebody miss and do some dirty work there down inside the 10-yard line, but nice individual effort.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Jeffrey. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the groupers in the hurry up. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Pulls it in. It's Peterson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Chandler. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. There's the pressure. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
That penalty helps some, but it's still 3rd and long. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The groupers will line up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. That's caught. It's Wilson.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
On the run, deep down the right inside. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. He'll work his way down to the 28. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Gator! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they scored again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Few anxious move. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. And the offense takes the field ready to go back to work. Based on this field position, Jesse, they need to get something on the board before the half.
And they got to be aggressive too, Reese. They've got the weapons to attack and try to steal a field goal.
You practice these situations all during the week. You know you got to be fast, taking advantage of the clock. It's stopping, making sure you're throwing the football down the field to try to get some points.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. One more snap coming before halftime. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Here's a heat. He uncorks one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Groupers will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He rifles one deep to the left. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. He wants to take the top off. Snags it on the right. There he goes. He's at the touchdown, Florida. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Now on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
After your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it and drive on third down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll leave it with him. Can't get him to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. He's got 98 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job of attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Wide open downfield. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's.
Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving. You give them a first down. The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll throw it from the red zone.
No way.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
That's sick work right there.
They'll run the option. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose and no running room there. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20.
All right, well.
They go to the ground. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Reels it in down the left side. Finds some room. Touchdown, Gator. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The groupers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to fire. They get to him as he throws. Got him downfield. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. 1st and 10 as the clock winds under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the groupers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Not finding any running room. Nothing that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal.
Oh my God.
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through just a tad closer instead. The mountain is still enormous. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Looking to throw, it's Flagway. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He's got it on the outside. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
Golly. All these dang injuries.
Great place to start for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on. Made a defender miss. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now, 1st and goal. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. The option look. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Groupers.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I would be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Not much reason to go for the onside kick at this point, except they want to run up the score. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
From the gun, the ground game. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Fights off a defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Wicks. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch. Some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
And, man, this kicker is now 0 for 3 in this game, and you got to wonder what his confidence defense is like right now. He's cost his team 9 points so far.
Oh, they're after him. Got his man downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
I'll tell you, you got to be careful if you're the defense right now because you're behind. I know you want to be aggressive. You might want to start blitzing, getting a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, but this offense is going to take opportunities when they have one-on-ones, and they just did right there.
He makes a grab. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Got his man quickly. And he will score! Touchdown, Florida!
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Wicks. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Looking for room. It's Craig. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Boys. Come on.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They'll run for it. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Looking to throw on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. He caught it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. And now this offense will take the field again. He'll start this drive firing. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The groupers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He'll ride his man on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And the groupers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they finally get him down, but set up for business at the 49-yard line. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the league. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Groupers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Wicks. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Groupers decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. He unleashes a long one. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Into the end zone for the two-point conversion as they extend the lead. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catches of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like. But hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looking for a man. It's Wicks. Hit as he throws. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. When you know you have a team outclassed, The ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm. And we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate.
Ain't no cap though. Biggest plot hole. How the fuck did they survive that shit? Cause boy, that boy just hit them boys with the one hitter quitter, and they just survived that. Boy.